All right. Hello, everybody. I know that was a minute. That was a situation. Okay. I'm just gonna... all of our... I'm just having issues today. Okay. I'm just gonna pull comments up so I can see everybody. And then we're gonna get started. So say hello. Let me know if you're here. Hey, Julie. Okay, my desk is a disaster. There's stuff everywhere. Huh. Looks like I can see everything pretty good. Hello. Okay, so I have comments up. Okay, so let's chat first. I have some stuff here, and we're gonna craft for sure. But let's chat about a few things. Okay, so the first thing is hey, Nicole, is Stampin' Up! Is having a seasonal sale. It starts today, the 14th. It goes through the 16th, okay? The seasonal sale is 10% off ribbon, 15% off inks, and 20% off paper. So cardstock, designer paper, specialty paper, anything like that. So today, which is, what is today? Tuesday through, what, Thursday? That is when the seasonal sale is. I have to grab one more thing. Okay, so that's awesome. I love when they do that. Also, another thing to note is the holiday catalog. I feel like I'm just now getting into the holidays, but the holiday catalog, the mini catalog that we have right now, that is getting ready to end. So in about 2 weeks, I'm going to start pre-ordering for the upcoming catalog. And I saw it last week when Pip and I got together and we had a chat about the upcoming paper party. I am not exaggerating when I tell you this upcoming catalog for January is probably the best catalog we've had in 3 years. So to compare, the mini catalog right now that we're in, I literally have only purchased maybe 4 stamp sets. I got all the stamp sets for our paper party. Of course, I liked those. That's what we had picked to use. And then I think I've purchased 1 other or maybe 2 other stamp sets. And I've not purchased anything else because I don't like this catalog all that much. It just does not, it's okay. It's just not my favorite. And the annual catalog was certainly not my favorite. I don't have very much from the annual catalog either. In fact, when I was trying to pick a stamp set today to craft, I was like, I have used everything I have to death because I just haven't really liked anything. This next catalog, I'm blown away. I'm like, okay, I think maybe we're coming back around. I think it's going to be okay. So the stuff that is in this catalog that we're in right now is going to be ending. It's going to go on to last chance. When it sells out, it sells out. I know we've had like some of my favorite stuff sold out like last month or months ago, the autumn paper and all of that. So just a heads up that that's coming. And then we have the seasonal sale. So that's housekeeping for all of those things. The next thing is my Christmas class. This is my last card class for Blessed to Craft. The sign up for that is ending on Thursday. So the last day to sign up for this class is Thursday. So these are the cards. I really loved making these. These are so beautiful. I will. I always go through the catalog. The mini catalog won't come out till January. So we're still a ways off for customers to be ordering from the catalog, but I always go through the catalog with you guys. As long as I'm doing the Stampin' Up! Thing, I will continue to do that. But that will not happen until January. I have to get through this month and Craftmas next month, and then I'll start thinking about catalog walkthroughs. But I personally, because I'm a demonstrator, I will be ordering from the new catalog in like 2 weeks. So there's this card here. I did some gold embossing. I did coloring. I colored on vellum. So this is all so beautiful. So for this Christmas class, this is my last Blessed to Craft Christmas class, and I'm really not doing card classes much anymore. So this was really fun to design and do. It is using this stamp set, which is in the online exclusive section of Stampin' Up. And if you're not keeping an eye on that section, I suggest that you do, because it has some really pretty things that come up. So I'm using this stamp set and then also this paper that is on the online exclusive. So for this class, it's $45. You get the stamp set, you get the card kits to create the class, you get the a quarter pack of this paper, and then you also get some vellum. Oh, I think Matt was here. I think my UPS guy was here. And then you get some vellum, and then you get envelopes and a video walking you through how to make these cards, along with a PDF. So the option to get all of the things is $45. And then there is an option to get just the PDF. I think the PDF and the video, I think, is $10. My video announcing this has all of those links, and I think there is a blog post as well that has this, okay? So this is closing on Thursday. So you may have already got an email. You may already be signed up. I was actually really shocked at how many people signed up. I was like, oh, okay, this is what we're doing. I didn't really expect it, but everybody has loved these, and they were really fun designing. I loved doing the vellum. This is all colored on vellum with blends and has glitter, and I used Wink Estella. You also get a set of clear rhinestones with this class. So that is the Christmas class ending Thursday. Okay, the next thing that's up is Color Club. So if you are part of Color Club, I know an email has not gone out for Color Club because it's been a little bit crazy in my house, and I will share when we get into the crafting. But if you're a part of Color Club, these are our cards for this month. The color for the month is Lost Lagoon. So you'll be getting these two card kits to make these. And then you will also be getting this beautiful paper. It, again, is in the online exclusive section. It has some really pretty designs, and you will get that as well to make your cards. So that is Color Club. I have that here, and I'm hoping to get an email out today to everyone doing Color Club to see these cards. And I used this stamp set, which is the one we're going to use today for these cards we're going to make. But that is Color Club. So I think that catches us up to what is happening with Stampin' Up. Christmas class, Color Club class, seasonal sale. I think we're good. So if you could see my office, you guys, I am surrounded by stuff. I've hardly been in here. So I have some coffee in my cup from Laura. Laura got me this cup. I would show you what it says, but then I would spill my coffee. So I'm going to have coffee with you guys, and let's craft and catch up because it has been a long time. Okay, so let me show you what we're going to do, and then I'm going to get to doing it, and we're going to chat. So I have this stamp set, and we're going to be using this image here, and then this note of thanks. So what I'm going to do today with you guys is I'm going to be making my customer thank you cards for the month. And I wanted to use this note of thanks, and then I thought I would use this. I picked cardstock to coordinate with the paper I'm going to use. And I have a whole bunch of punches because my idea, I'm not sure which one is going to work. So let me see if I can just show you the... We're going to see which punch works best. So I just have like my basic shape punches here. And all of these, I believe all of these are current. I don't think anything is retired. So we're going to see which works best for what I want to do. And then we'll pick that. And then this is not Stampin' Up! Paper. So right now, the paper that is really out with Stampin' Up! Is Christmas paper. Hey, Kathy. I know, it's been a while. Oh, and that reminds me, because I think Kathy is on the list of prizes for Paper Party. Those are going out. They're all sitting on the other side of my desk, like over here where everything is piled up. I have them. I have everything pulled. I just have to get it in the mail. So if you are watching and you won a prize from Paper Party, I promise you it's sitting on my desk. It's ready to go out. It's just been a bit crazy for me. So this paper is not Stampin' Up, and that is because the paper that's really out right now with Stampin' Up is holiday paper. We have Christmas paper. We have Halloween paper. The autumn paper or the fall paper is sold out and has been for a while, so I don't have any more of that. And then I've already used a lot of the annual catalog paper. And so as I was trying to figure out what to do for my customer thank you card, I thought, well, why don't I just dip into my other paper that I have on hand? So you know that this channel myself, I'm not a stranger to using other product. I use other product than Stampin' Up product in my crafting. I am a crafter at heart, and particularly I have a love for paper. It is what got me into crafting to begin with, is beautiful paper. So I thought, well, why don't I take a stamp set that I have? I really love this note of thanks and this image here. And let's use this and the paper and see what we can do. I feel like I'm out of practice because... Oh, did you? Oh, that Kathy, thank you so much. Did you sign up for the Christmas class? I will do that, Kathy. Thank you so much. I will do that because those go out this week too. Well, they'll go out at the beginning of next week if you don't mind waiting for your prize, because it'll go out at the beginning of next week because the class closes on Thursday. So I thought I would just mix this and see what to do. So I pulled some colors just from looking at the front. I pulled Night of Navy and Calypso Coral. So I think that's what's going to go the best. I also this is a pack that I purchased and I ended up not loving it. I purchased this from scrapbook.com a couple years ago. I refreshed all of my, what is happening here? Oh, it's like a, okay. What is going on? I refreshed my, oh, it's stuck. I refreshed all of my designer paper. I went through and I organized it, and then I refreshed it. And this is one that I purchased, and it's always hard to purchase, right? That's why I do paper parties, because it's hard to purchase paper online and see if you're really going to like it. And this is a paper that I thought I would really like. And I don't hate it. But it's just, so this is it's also by a brand that I'm not familiar with, Crafter's Companion. You get 40 sheets. I have no idea how much this was. It probably wasn't all that expensive because I don't tend to purchase really expensive, items. But I got it and I was like, it's okay, but it's just not my favorite. But let's pull out some pieces like this, definitely. I love that it's one-sided because then I don't have to choose. This is pretty. This is really pretty. Maybe I'll change my mind crafting with it. And then I want this design as well. This will look pretty with like spraying glitter, like doing the spray glitter like I like to do. So it was just one that I happened to have kind of set on the to the side. And when I was looking for paper this morning, I was like, okay, well, this might work. Let's pull this out. It also has these where you punch these out and they're like, they're not thick chipboard, but they're like, some thin chipboard. Then there's these with these floral images. See, there's not that many patterns. And then there's another set. And has all these bows, and I'm not a big fan of bows. Whoops. So You know, that could be the other thing. I'm not like a huge fan of bows. So you can see there's not like a lot of designs. The other thing is that when I purchased my 12 by 12 paper, a lot of times what I have in mind is scrapbook pages, not necessarily card making. So the other thing that's weird is like this has like stars, but like this is like roses. Like I don't feel like the stars match this. Now the polka dots do. Like that's great. The polka dots match. But like the stars, in fact, I think I might pull these 3 sheets out and put them in my Christmas stuff because this screams Christmas to me. So I think I'll do that. One more thing to pile up over here. So I don't think I'm going to use any of this. I think I pulled out the designs that I think I want to use. And I think that Calypso Coral and Night of Navy will go perfect. So let's see what I can do here. I really love this design here. I think that's really pretty. And I think as much as I love this, I don't think it's going to go with this. So maybe I'll just use this. Maybe we'll do both because I really would like to use a couple. I would like to make a couple cards with this. So like maybe like this, and then maybe a monochromatic where it's like these 2 designs. So I don't know. Let's try that. These 2 designs could go well with this, like both of these images. So let's try this. So we're going to do this and then we'll do this. We'll stack this somewhere and hope it doesn't fall. Okay, so let's do 6 of each. So we'll do 6 blue, and then we'll do 6 Calypso Coral. So this is also mass producing as well. So... and we'll just do, I don't know, we'll just do 1 of each design and we'll make you sit through the whole process of me mass producing cards. But, you know, we'll do a couple designs and then we'll go from there. So I thought it would be fun to do a live and then I could chat with you guys. This month, the month of November has been a little bit crazy for us. The beginning of the month, we were dealing with some stuff for Violet that is just, if you guys have been following me for a while, you know that Violet is autistic. And so things pop up for her every now and again that are a little bit more complicated that we have to deal with. And I spent like the first week and a half of November dealing with that. And I get a lot of anxiety dealing with it sometimes, simply because it... ends up being the way we break it up in our house is I do a lot of the researching for things. So figuring out, you know, what is what. This stuff that we're dealing with has been some like more legal stuff and I don't understand any of it, but I just, you know, I have to learn and deal with it. And so I get a lot of anxiety about it. And if I'm doing the right thing, if I'm understanding things properly, if I'm going through the right channels. So we spent the first week and a half the first week and a half maybe of November kind of dealing with that. And that was a bit of a struggle. And then right when we got through that and I was like, okay, I can get back to work. I can kind of focus back on other things. Andrew got a stomach bug last week and it started like the Thursday, like a week and a half ago. And then all last weekend, he wasn't feeling good. And then last Sunday, oh boy, did it ever kick up. And he was sick, like throwing up sick for 4 days. And we had to take him to the emergency room. Let me grab some white cardstock. which is behind me. Okay, so I have some white cardstock. So we took him to the emergency room on Wednesday night, and they were like, he's okay. He's like at the very end of it, and he'll be okay. But if you have kids at all, or you live with somebody, or you know, once somebody is sick with something like that, it's like I spent like, I don't know, 5 days, not, basically we weren't sleeping because he was throwing up all through the night. We were like taking shifts, you go sleep 2 hours and then on top of it, you're cleaning like crazy and doing laundry like crazy. And then my anxiety was crazy with, are we all going to get this? Like, is this going to be something that all of us end up getting and it's going to be miserable? So that was all last week. So yesterday was the first day he went back to school. We are like on the up and up, and I get a call from the school and they say, Violet is in tears. She's having stomach pain. And I'm like, okay, I'll come get her. And I thought, well, here we go. Now Violet has it. Turns out Violet had something else. She had girl problems. She had girly problems. And she ended up not throwing up. And she hasn't thrown up. She is home today just because we want to make sure she is all right. But I am telling you, I about was ready to have a nervous breakdown yesterday, feeling like, is it ever going to end? I was really hanging by a thread. And probably because I had not gotten a lot of sleep. But last night I slept 9 hours. So that was fantastic. Okay, so I have my card bases here. Okay, so I'm doing this all, like I cut all of these together. And then these are going to be for the inside. And because this is dark cardstock, I want one that's on the inside. Okay, so now we can figure out what we want to do for the outside. And I want to keep these really simple because I obviously am doing several of them. And I don't have a ton of paper. So I want to try to keep this simple. I also want to use some thread. So this is some blue. This is really old. This is Calypso Coral, but it's really old baker's twine from 1,000 years ago when I first got started with Stampin' Up. Okay, so that has kind of been what has been happening with, so this is 4 1/4. We're going to do a 1/2 inch off. I'm only going to cut one right now. I'm going to cut one stuff for one card so I can see how I'm going to like it. So I'm going to take a 1/4 inch off, and then I want this beautiful rose paper. And with all of that going on, I was not working. I hardly came in here. I hardly filmed. I just, it was a bit of a struggle. So I'm finally back in here and it feels good. So I thought it would be fun to do a live and chat with you guys and just catch up. And I think I cut that wrong. So here's how this looks, and I'm not loving it. First of all, I'm pretty sure I cut my rose paper wrong. I should have had a little bit more. But what if, I really hate to add another layer, which really, it feels like 1,000 years ago. I hate to add another layer, but I think it's what's going to be pretty. So I think it would be this. And then I think it would be this. If I'm being honest, the beginning of November feels like 1,000 years ago. And I think I cut it wrong again. What is happening? Okay. So if we're at 4, I did. So 4 1/4. And then if I take half an inch off, that is going to be 3 3/4 by 5. So 3 3/4. So to take another 1/4 inch off of this, it would need to be at 3 1/2, which is not what I did. So let's do 3 1/2. It's because I'm talking. I am hoping that we are past it. Okay, so I'm hoping that nobody else has gotten sick so far. It's been almost a week since Andrew last threw up. So I'm hoping we're in the clear. That's what I'm hoping. So Calypso Coral goes really well with this. I'm not sad with Calypso Coral. So then the question is, if that's too different. Oh, thanks, Kathy. Yes, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. YouTube is always a lot nicer to me when you guys hit that thumbs up button. I feel like this might be too off. So then I wonder... I hate to keep cutting this because then I'm like not gonna have enough. I wonder if the polka dot one would be better. Let's do 5 1/2. This polka dot is really pretty. Oh, don't you think that looks better? I definitely know I want these two pieces together, so let's glue them. But you guys vote and tell me if you think the polka dots look better as a full... Let's line this up. We're definitely going to use some foam. Or if it would look better with a little bit of a blue border. That's kind of with a blue border. I almost like it with a blue border. Ugh. Let's trim this down. Oh, yeah. Yep, I think the polka dots. I think it's the polka dots. Okay. So now what I want to do is take some white. Where's my white cardstock? Where did that go? So this is basic white. And these are going to be really simple. So I want to find a punch. This might be, I feel like these are big. I don't want to do die cutting. That's going to cover up that whole beautiful big blue flower. Let's try this one. I don't like to do die cutting when I'm mass producing a lot of cards, just because it's a little bit harder. It's like I don't, oh, look, here we go. I don't want to cover up those flowers. I feel like these are all too big. What do I have that's smaller? Well, I mean, I feel like either this, is this going to fit the thank you? Maybe I need to get a different thank you. Either that one or this one, which is from the Deckled Dies. I feel like that one's really pretty. Thank goodness I have a basket of die cuts. Okay. But see, this is a stacked. I could do for all the great things you do. I mean, it is a thank you card for customer orders. And let's do Calypso Coral. Ugh. But I mean, I guess a thank you card. I never write in my thank you cards when I send them to customers so they can reuse it. So I guess it doesn't need to say thank you. Let's test this. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's pretty. Without getting my head. Oh, it's cute. Okay. It's semi-straight. Okay. So next, okay, so if we have this, you know, I got to work at an angle. And we turn that. Okay, I'm sort of liking that. So then my idea had been, well, I mean, let's just do it. We're already there. We're already here. So let's do it. This would look really pretty with some gold embellishments too. Ribbon scissors. Okay. So we're going to wrap it around like 3 times. Then I go under, and you can see that when you go under it, you can move this around. So I'm going to come over here to the edge, and then I'm just going to make loops. I'm not going to tie it in a knot because I don't want that extra bulk. Because it's wrapped underneath, it's going to work to just tie, just have your loops, your loop-de-loops. Okay, so then if we have this here, we have this here, and then we have this. It's okay. Everything's okay. Oh, it would look, maybe it would even look pretty angled. Can I do that? You know how I feel about things being angled. I don't like it. And then the great thing with wrapping it around is if you need to move that bow over, you totally can. And each one of these will not take this long because we're trying to figure out the design, right? So, and then if we put this here, I mean, can I angle it? I don't know. No, I can't do it. I can't do it. Okay, let's put down this. I'm positive I want the... I'm positive I want the polka dots with a little border. Okay. Hold that for 1 second. I need some more foam. I need to order more foam. Okay, so for this, we can snip this. We can always put a glue dot there too if we need to, which I might do. I snipped off a little much. Okay, so then what we're gonna do is put foam on here. I cut that really wonky. I guess that's okay. So I just leave a little space for that thread. Now we'll turn it. Okay. I'm just gonna put that right through there. Okay. That is very pretty. Paper. Let's add a little Winka Stella. To my roses. It's a little hard to see. Okay. And then I'm gonna sort of do the same thing with this. I'm gonna cut thin, 2 thin strips. And we'll put one at the top and one at the bottom. And see how that looks. Oh, I think it's pretty. But I do feel like it needs an embellishment, and since my things are all embellished now, or my embellishments are all organized and it's easier to find things, let's use a couple embellishments. my standard little cluster. I really should try to do something different with my embellishment clusters. Okay, so here's this one. So I'll make 6 of these. I really like it. You can sort of see that Wink Stella. Where's my Wink Stella? And then this has like gold foil. So it's so pretty. So this is really fun to take. I mean, this is definitely a more masculine set. I mean, we just used a sentiment, but I mean, sometimes I don't pull out my product. Like I wouldn't necessarily always think to pull this stamp set out to do such a pretty like flowery kind of card, but you can see like, that's really cool. Okay. So we have this one. So now let's do the Calypso Coral. So we're going to take a Calypso Coral piece of cardstock. And I never score my card bases because I feel like they don't line up when I score them. So I just always fold them. And then if you get a little bit of a crack in your cardstock, you can see like it's cracked a little bit right there. Now that does not necessarily bother me. I'm not one that needs, there's certain things I like to be perfect on my projects, and then there's other things that don't bother me. And this is definitely one that doesn't necessarily bother me. But if it bothers you, you can just turn it over, and then there's usually like no cracking on the front, and then just flatten it with a bone folder. Okay, so I wanted to use these two. And I think we're going to do the opposite. I want to do the same layout, but I think I want to try to use that stamp set, the image on that stamp set. So let's do this piece at 4 inches. Let's give it a little bit of a white border. So 4 inches by 5 1/4. Okay. And then let's use this. Maybe I should just use solid. Okay, so then, we're leaving a border. So then let's do three and a half. And then I think. So then this would be 3 1/4. Oh, I'm not good at measurements. Let's see if this worked out. Oh, sure did. Okay. Calypso Coral looks beautiful with this paper. Okay, so same concept, like same layout, right? It's the same idea. So now what we're going to do, I really think that this, I was trying to use these punches, but I think the problem with the punches is I think that they're too big. Like, I think that's even too big. Am I just going to have to go for my boring standard circle? That's so boring. What about this? So what I'm thinking, actually I might have to go bigger than that. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, well, let's try this. So we're going to stamp this guy in Calypso Coral. I'm going to do it over by the edge. I don't know. Let's grab an item maybe. Oh, I really had to reach for that one. Another block. Note of thanks. I'm just tapping really lightly and letting that stamp sit on the surface of the ink pad. I'm not smushing it. You know, I always like to say we're not making out with the stamp pad. We're just kissing it lightly. Oh, yeah. But I like to, like, that first go around, like, just, like, little kisses, but then let it rest on the top of that ink pad for a moment and let that soak into your ink, into your stamp. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. I feel like that's totally crooked. Now the question is if I can live with it. Well, this is a weird shape. That's the problem. So if we have all of this here, so we're going to have this here. I'm going to have this here. Can this one be crooked? Because it's a funner shape with blue ribbon. I wish I was a crooked kind of girl. I can't do it. I can't. Okay, let's glue some of these pieces. Okay, so this one we definitely know. We definitely know we want it here. Like so. When you're using liquid glue, just give it a minute. You know, I press it down and I make sure it's super flat so it doesn't, you know, sometimes when you use liquid glue on paper and it like gets wavy or gets a little bubbly. So I just like to make sure that it's nice and pressed out. Right? Okay. Now, is it this that's crooked and I need to restamp that piece? Or is that going to be fine? Again, let's just hold it down. Flatten it out. Okay, and then let's add our blue. And this, it doesn't really matter where it goes because the polka dots are not, like there's no design to cover up. It's just they're all polka dots. I could only wrap this twice. So that's okay. I usually like to do 3 wraps, but but that's okay. And then I feel like it's more naturally turning down, so I'm going to move this all the way down to the bottom. Oh, I could do on the other side. Like, how would that look? Oh, I think that looks much better. Okay. All right, so let's make the loops a little bit smaller. They're a little bit big. And this is thicker than the baker's twine I used. Ribbon scissors, which I see Andrew has been using them for something because they're a mess. That child. Okay, so then if we put this here, this is pretty. Okay, and then we put this here. Oh, I like that. Okay, so let's do the same thing with our foam. So we're gonna do a small piece for down here, and then the larger piece up top. The punches just didn't work. I think the punches were too big. They were taking up too much space. Okay. Add that there. Whoa. That was almost bad news. So right in the middle. Oh, I so badly just want to do it crooked and I can't. I can't do it. Oh. Oh, well, it's down. Oh, no. Well, it's not horrible. Well, it's handmade. It's not Hallmark, so. And then same with this. We can just use this little piece right here. And it would help if I was in frame. Oh, that's kind of pretty. Okay. Now can we maybe attempt to do something different with these embellishments? Probably not. Probably gonna stick to the same thing. Sure are. Oh, I feel like I have to. I can't not do it. It's gonna get kind of lost though with the polka dots of the paper. Oh, so I really like this. Okay, so that is a little bit different. A little bit of a different direction than I originally was gonna go, but not bad. I am liking that. I like the blue, really makes it pop. This one or the blue around the polka dots. Let me try to move this stuff up and get these better in frame. I have so little room on my desk. My office is a disaster. Let's have a little drink of coffee. And let's look at them. I think they're very pretty. I think this is a great set. I originally got this set because I love the sentiments and I love this. It's hard to find sets that have like, well, that first are like really good masculine sets, and then that have really great sentiments for guys. And I really like this To a Great Guy. And I really love the sentiments. I love the mix of like the typewriter type font with this scripty font. I really love it. So I really love this set. I'm glad I got it. It's one that I will for sure keep. Most of the stuff that I'm purchasing now, I'm just keeping. So yeah, I think you're right, Kathy. The blue around the polka dots really makes it pop. So I really like this set, and I really liked using it like this. So I'll make 5 more of these and 5 more of those, and then that will be my customer thank you cards for the month, which will be great. I think it's a great use of this paper, and I got to use this paper even though it was paper that when I originally got it, I didn't think I really loved it. So I think the punches didn't work because they were all too big. Like they're really large. And I think for something like this, I needed something a little bit smaller. So that's okay. That worked. I also liked getting to use these gold embellishments. If you didn't see my organizing my embellishments last week, I posted that video last week. It was really the only thing I did last week. I kept popping in here in between Andrew kind of resting, and I kept like popping in and doing a few things, and then I'd go back and be with him. And him and I, we started watching Christmas movies. We watched 6 Christmas movies last week, and then I also decorated for Christmas in my bedroom. Because that's where we were. We were hanging out, and I was so antsy to do stuff because I was getting, it just, sometimes it's, boring when you're just sitting with somebody who's sick and helping them. And so I was like, well, I'm in here and feeling this way. So I decorated my room for Christmas, and we watched the first 6 Christmas movies of the season. So anyways, these are the cards for you guys. It was nice popping on here and catching up with you and kind of sharing with you what has been going on. Let me just show you. I'm going to take you out of my stand. So I'm sorry for so here's the aftermath of crafting, which I'll sit here and finish these cards when I'm done. And then there's comments. And then there's paper party prizes and work stuff. And then all of this I've got to film. There's a bunch of stuff here. There's really a bunch of stuff over here that I need to put up. That was from wrapping a filming project up. And then all over here is from another project where I was putting stuff away. It's quite the thing, right? So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and checking out these cards. If you placed an order with me at all this month for anything, you'll be getting one of these cards in the mail. And I will be back on Thursday and Friday. I have memory keeping projects, and hopefully I will have some fun announcements coming up. So thank you guys for hanging out with me, and I will catch you in my next video later this week.